Everything.
Everything was bad.
Yeah, and we're live.
Harrison's not in the movie. Oh.
Yes, but tonight, we're not going to do spoilers because the second part of this conversation is going to be about the leaks and my feelings on this. So, before we get started, welcome everybody to the Fandom Zone. It is I, General Zod, and with me is my Christmas themed brother, Justin Proper. Welcome, Justin.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone in the chat. It's nice to see you here.
I feel like I shattered your whole life with that. I feel
No,
like I
I'm
should have
so
told you after the
disappointed.
show.
It's just a voiceover. I thought they cut out the actual background and just put him walking on the little bridge thing that he's on the little ship.
There, I can't.
Okay, later.
Yeah, I'll tell you off air because there's an embargo. In case anyone is curious and has seen my non-spoiler review, thank you, because I already have I don't know, 16 views. I put it up 23 minutes ago, and I got a couple of comments. And for everyone who commented me, I couldn't give you my thoughts because as a person who got a pre-screening, there are things I'm not allowed to say. I'm just allowed to give a bare bones of the movie, and then kind of my thoughts on it. We can't really go and dive deep into it until tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll have my breakdown and I will tell you exactly how I feel. But until then, until they
embargo. Okay, he croaked, folks. He's finally done. He's done. Did you cut out there or something? All right, now he's just fucking with me. Okay. Hello, chat. Hello, Bear. How are you guys? So I guess we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian, Episode 7, The Reckoning. The Reckoning was awesome. I enjoyed the gang actually getting together, which is awesome, because all we've gotten are just different little subplots and sub-stories. It's just all right, Mando's all over the place, and a bunch of filler episodes. No, now we actually get plot, actual storylines that connect. And it connects with mostly, all you have to see is, you don't have to see 5 or 6. 5 or 6, that's fine if you don't see. Although I recommend that you see 6. It has neither of them have anything to do with the other episodes. The main storyline. I would say though they with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 7 and 8.
I would say though they do still do good character development, and to know Gina Carruthers' character, you do kind of have to watch 4.
That's what I just said. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 7 and 8.
I don't know. I got to be honest with you though. I liked the last episode. I liked Bill Burr's. I liked that they showed the Mandalorian being a badass.
I loved it. It's still my favorite episode. But this one, I'm just talking about it to purely understand the series. All you have to watch is those. You don't have to watch 5 and 6. You can skip those and still get the point. But
what?
Yeah.
You know what? I see what you're talking about now, story wise. Everything that was before started up at 3, and here's my only thing. You are right, because it's kind of weird how you could skip, theoretically you could skip 5 and 6 and still the story would pick up at 7 just because of the way they structured it. I see what you're saying, because 1, 2, and 3 kind of start you down that road, and then 4 gives you the one character that you need, because then you won't know who she is. But I mean, 7 really gets back to the main story. which last time we did this, I said I had a feeling that was what this episode was going to do. It was going to swing it back around to the main storyline, or at least that was my hope, anyways. And they did spectacularly.
Yeah, it was wonderful. And you have all the old characters coming back, and some well, should we spoil it?
All right, so my warning here, we're gonna dive deep into this. So if you didn't see it yet, then go and watch it. But if you want to get a good in-depth review before you go and see it, then keep this on. I'd still say, even if this is a spoiler for you, you got to see it for yourself. But so let's go through the setup. The start of this was them going back to that place with the dude on Tatooine, right? They went back to Tatooine to the dude's, what's his name? I have spoken.
Well, that was Tatooine.
Wasn't that Tatooine?
Nope, different planet.
You know what? Proper? These fucking desert planets all look the same. I mean, am I wrong? They all have Jawas. They all have those fucking sand people. I mean, I'm not discriminating against sand places. I'm just saying,
Seems
in
like
the Star Wars universe, they all look the same.
Yeah. And how many singular climate planets can you possibly have? Is there anyone that is just different environments at all? Or is it all this is the cold
first episode.
planet, this is the warm planet, this is the planet that has two suns and it's a desert, this planet is a rainforest, this is the California redwoods planet. Oh, sorry, it's the moon.
Hold on a second. I wanted
planet. What the fuck?
Hold on. I wanted to see. I wanted to say, hey, and thank you to Bear because he gave me the answer. It was Quill. That was what I was looking for.
Oh, Quill.
Quill. Yeah.
Quill.
Hopefully, I feel like you're saying it right.
Quill of Fortune. Yeah, he has spoken, and he will never speak again because he's dead.
Oh man, yeah. But let's not jump ahead because I want you and me to kind of break this down, seeing as to
I'm sorry, I just revealed a big spoiler.
I know, you bastard! You're jumping. You're jumping.
You're spoilers.
No, we're setting up. So the basic setup. They get back to the planet where he first was on in episode 2.
PB just said, I can't join and I have to mute this since I haven't seen the episode, you bastards.
Dude, it's Wednesday. How did you not? It's almost midnight. It's technically Thursday.
I just ruined it for poor PB. I'm sorry. You should have watched it. I thought you did. We said spoilers.
I did say spoilers, but anyways, let's start off though, from the beginning, and we'll kind of do what I normally do with PB, and we'll break it down. So the beginning setup was that he had to go back to this place. First he tracked down Gina Carrera, came and got her the shock. I'm just gonna call her Shock T because that's just easier.
Who?
And yeah, but she's a shock trooper, so I just I made the connection there.
Cara Dune, it's a lot easier.
He got Cara Dune. He went back to that guy's house. And they were formulating a plan, and as we guessed, the Bounty Hunters Guild wanted them to come back with the child, and they've made some kind of deal. Now, this writing has been all over the place, and I mean, I'm really nitpicking here because I don't want to sound like a total shill for this show, even though I will shill it till the day I die. But did you not see the twist coming where they were gonna betray him? Like I felt like that was obvious. Like the guy sends a message and I'm like, oh, this is so a trap. But what I liked about it this week that was kind of not like the previous episodes was this time he actually got people and he was like, yeah, I don't trust these guys, so I'm going to go and gather the crew around. So he went and got his own people. But like, yeah, I got tired of like the little league writing where they're doing the obvious plot twist where you're like, oh, he gets betrayed again. How the fuck is this guy a bounty hunter?
Yeah, exactly. And just the whole idea of this plan was just kind of messy to begin with. Like, why? I mean, I understand why, but at the same time, like, there are things that could have been avoided if you had done so and so. We'll get to him later, but
Yep. Yeah, I know it's so hard because
you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go straight into it. I'm not wasting time with the whole like everything that happened before. No. Okay, so okay, so what happens is they decide, oh, okay, we're gonna go into the town, into the city, and we're gonna ambush the guy. And we're gonna have this little cradle of Baby Yoda, but we're not gonna take Baby Yoda in it. We're just gonna take the cradle. Fuck it, we're not taking chances. And then, interesting enough, so they have Quill just take Baby Yoda on the Berg, or what are they called? Like Dewback?
burp.
I think
Yeah,
it's the Dewback,
so.
Or whatever.
No,
I
he
don't know what
calls
they're
them
called. I forgot. The two-legged
the
thing.
ugly ass thing that he rides.
The ugly ass legged fish thing that's like a T-Rex. So they go on the fish T-Rex, and then Quill's carrying Baby Yoda to take him back to the ship. And then he gets killed by scout troopers in their little scooters or whatever, in their speeders. And they kill him. And they take Baby Yoda.
Yeah, you jumped right to the fucking end of the episode.
Yes, and what I'm thinking is, why the hell didn't you just leave Baby Yoda there with Quill in the first place?
Well, part of me understood the whole, they really, these guys are seasoned professionals. The whole, you kind of can't do the bait and swap thing. They wound up doing it anyways. So like you said, that was a part that was kind of, and once again, this is a nitpick, but it was kind of like, yeah, like you said, if you were already going to drop them off, and here's the thing too, where the fuck were they? Like, wasn't he racing in that desert for like ever? I'm like, I know they have to make it dramatic, but he should have probably got to the ship like way before they even caught up with him on a speeder bike.
Yeah, and why didn't they park
like he was hauling ass
a little closer? That would be great if they parked it a little closer to the town. That would have been convenient.
And my other beef was, okay, so he's hauling ass, he doesn't get to the thing, whatever, and like, oh, you know how he's got that transponder thing where he's talking to him?
Yeah.
How did he not know that they would be able to hone in on that signal? Because clearly the stormtrooper heard from the communicator so that they can take off and beat the guy at the pass. Like, even special forces know you don't use communication shit that can be tapped into. Very rookie mistake. Because I'm like sitting there and I'm like, dude, I bet you everyone can hear. Yep. Everyone could hear on the communicator what he's saying. And sure enough, that fucking speeder guy, and I didn't pick up on it before, but then when I rewatched it, I'm like, oh yeah, now it makes sense why these two are like at the door. Because they were kind of just like randomly placed there when you first watch it. They're just like scanning shit. And I'm like, why are they sitting on bikes like just there? So that was kind of a little nitpick, but like I said, it's little nitpicks.
This episode
knew
the whole time, probably.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing I like about the setup, and I'm really hoping they don't kill him because I like Carlo Esposito. He's a great actor.
Ooh.
He's like uh Carlo Esposito.
Uh, who's that?
That's the dude who came in the end.
Oh, that guy, the moth dude.
Yeah, I know him from Breaking Bad. That's how I knew his real name.
Hmm. Wait, so is every imperial leader just named Moff, and then there's Grand
Moth.
Moff? Like,
Grandma. So
like,
when he
how does this work? Like, I just thought of that. Huh. They're all their first names are all Moff. Hey Moff, hi Moff. You're a Moff.
it's like the Bob of the universe.
Bob. No, it's like the John Smith of the universe. The Bob of the universe.
But I mean, so I'm sitting back watching this, and I was like, do you feel like now that you said that, because you planted the seed in my mind here, do you feel like he had this scouted from the jump? Like this guy, the way he came off, the way he carried himself. First of all, he's a lot better of a villain than that first villain, and I
Werner
felt like,
Herzog?
what's that?
Werner Herzog, the
Yeah,
old guy.
yeah, he's much better than Warner.
Fun. That's all he was. That's all he was meant to be.
But I just love how he came on the scene, and don't you feel like he had it all planned from the beginning? Like the way that ambush fell in line, it felt like he knew what the Mandalorian was going to do before he did it. I don't know.
It seemed calculated, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, like very precise. Like reminds me a lot of one of my favorite characters, Thrawn. Like Thrawn thinks like 8 moves ahead. And like this to me felt like very much like that. Like he just like the way the speeder bikes were positioned, the way there were more stormtroopers than they, had planned for. It just seemed like this guy had everything mapped out. And then remember in I believe it was episode 5, the gunslinger, when May got shot. I'm gonna call her Agent May because that's all I know her from was Agents of Shield.
Who?
The Asian lady, the sharpshooter from the episode The Gunslinger.
No.
When
I barely remember that episode.
So when she got shot and there was someone standing over her body, I think it was him. I think that he had been like tracking the Mandalorian for a while now, and I think that he had put everything into place because he even ambushed his own man and killed him. And he did such an ambush that he killed all of the people around him, but didn't kill the Mandalorian or anyone else. It was like very targeted, very calculating. I don't know. I got this feeling that I haven't gotten in a Star Wars movie in a while. That feeling, like that Darth Vader feeling, when you see that compelling villain and you're like, oh shit, this guy is like business. This is like, yeah, he's like that dude. He's like, when he came on proper, when they had that shot and they show him and you see the look on his face, he had that I'm about to fuck your world up face. Just like, I'm about to. He's like, he had that. You're not going to get out of this.
Child? No. Well, then I'm just gonna. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it. It's an old joke. Like, well, I'm just gonna have to beat your meat. It's like, what the fuck is he gonna say? Like, no, sorry, we don't have the child. I don't know. This was a whole misunderstanding. This was just a little Pokeball that we've been carrying around.
I know that's kind of funny. You would say that. It's like a Pokeball. So
That's what it is. When there's like, who's that Pokemon? It's Baby Yoda. And he's like, who or whatever the subtitles say. Ridiculous.
So, that's the basic setup for that. But now let's go back to a couple of good scenes. I want to highlight some scenes and then I want to get your thoughts on them. So first scene, when what's her face and why can't I ever remember?
Cara Dune?
Yeah, Cara Dune. When Cara Dune
or something.
When Cara Dune is arm wrestling with Mando, right? And Baby Yoda does the force choke. So what are your thoughts here? Because I heard a lot of theories. Do you think he's light side, dark side? Do you think he's in the middle?
He's a baby. He can't tell the fucking difference.
Because I heard a lot of theories, and they're like, oh, Baby Yoda is like the new Sith master.
No, Baby Yoda is not a Sith Lord.
It's like, Sith Yoda. What up, Gary North? By the way, hi to all 7 people. Wow.
You cut out again. You're saying hello to the 7 people watching. Hello, everyone. How are you?
H.
Okay, now we can hear you, Zod. You cut out sometimes. For better or worse.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. It's the Wi-Fi. Sometimes my phone connects and disconnects to the Wi-Fi. I don't know. It's this spotty Phantom Zone connection. But yeah, so hello, Mark F. So, what is your opinion? Do you think that he used it out of like a reflex? Like, do you think he even really, because he seems to know when to heal, when to like attack. Do you think he's got some kind of basic knowledge? I mean, what is the deal? Like, where's his intellect level at? Like,
do you think he even has
an understanding?
I think he understands how to do it. I think he misread the situation.
But you do think he has an understanding of these powers?
Obviously, otherwise there wouldn't be a show.
That's true. But here's the thing. It's like proper, we're asking tough questions here. Get people's minds going. But here's the interesting thing though. He's also, in a sense, a child. So, I mean, the weird part is it's like he knows, but sometimes I wonder how much is like reflex too. Because remember, Force users have done stuff out of reflex.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh shit, I can do that. And then they start practicing. Well, normal Force users, unless they're fucking Rey and they just fucking magically know everything, and have like a 5-second montage of training.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, she's a space witch. I just thought of that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think he's just got a reflex? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. But again, as I said earlier, I think it was a genuine misreading and misunderstanding of the situation because Baby Yoda is a baby. He doesn't know, like, he might know that he knows how to use the Force, but a child can only know so much. Like, a child might hear something on TV and just kind of repeat it, I guess. Or maybe he did see something. Maybe I have no idea. But I will say that I honestly, the only thing that I can really say with confidence is that he definitely misread the situation. He thought that for some reason Mando was in harm's way, even though it was an arm wrestling match.
Wrestling.
What did I say? I said arm wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I was like, whoa, we're keeping it PG-13, buddy.
Arm wrestling? I said arm wrestling.
No, I took it in another direction.
The fuck do you and Bitchy Unicorn do that involves that?
Do you really want to know?
I think the people want to know, sure. Guys, do you want to know?
No. I'll go from 7 viewers to like -3.
Okay. That's fair. You were
But
saying?
but yeah, but I do like that they put intrigue around this character, but what I did like the most is I like the fact that they kidnapped Baby Yoda, because then the focus is on the Mandalorian. Like, why I liked episode 6 so much, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, is that we for once got to see how fucking terrifying the Mandalorian is. Like,
Yes.
when he was hunting them down. Okay, my favorite movie is Alien. Anyone who's been on my channel, you know this. I have a watch party. Aliens is where it's at, right?
Yeah,
You can't tell me.
First R-rated movie. Saw like the first 10 minutes of Alien. I was like, oh fuck no. No, life was never the same after that. Never
So,
the
like,
same.
you know how in the movie there's a claustrophobic feeling in the fucking red lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that scene where he locks the fucking the doors and he sections them off, because I missed it talking about episode 6, so we'll kind of just do 6 and 7 kind of mashed up together and jump back and forth. But
My bad.
like, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's the fandom zone. We'll do it about as organized as this channel gets. But I mean, so like, and this goes back to 7, because I like the fact that they took out Yoda, because when you got to see him, he was fucking terrifying. Like, he was in the fucking vents looking down on people and grabbing them. Like, I was like, the Mandalorian is a fucking badass. Like, this is what I wanted to see. Like, he literally scared the shit out of Bill Burr. Like, when they did that effect where the light,
that was hilarious. When the lights are flickering, he gets closer and he gets a little closer, and he turns around, he's not there, and he's like, huh? And then when he knows that he's fine, he's like, no! It was so funny. I couldn't help but laugh. It was brilliant, and that's exactly how I wanted Bill Burr to go out, like that.
and I like how Mark F put
I thought he killed him, and I was disappointed.
No, I'll tell you what. That was the least disappointing for me. Okay, here's my problem. They set up a
What'd they set up? Okay, I guess Kazad kind of wimped out again.
like an overarching
there
conflict.
we go. We can hear you now.
Yeah, so you can hear me.
Yep. Sometimes you randomly will like stop talking, for better or worse.
Yeah. Like, I like the fact that we had an overarching conflict.
Yes. I think it would have been better if that betrayal in episode 6, at the very end, it would have been nice if they were the crew that he had been hanging around since like episode 1, and then they betrayed him. You would feel the emotional impact a little more. But
that's true, but they could play it in reverse, and they could have them get closer in season 2 and have him actually take on a crew, because he does stuff alone, so it'd be a good
not
arc.
Anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, depending on how the next episode goes, he could be all by himself again.
Oh, like
but
how?
I mean, one person already died, so I mean,
they're not going to kill off Apollo Creed. They would never do that.
Well,
why would you ever kill off Apollo Creed? Oh shit!
Saddest moment in Rocky. Fucking that douchebag Ivan.
Oh, Dolph, the fucking blonde dude.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll break you. But no, I mean, so first off, before we keep on talking about random stuff, let me just ask you.
Yeah.
I want to know what your rating is of episode. We'll go back. We'll go to episode 6 because I kind of jumped around, and then we'll go to episode 7, and I'll get your rating, and then your favorite scene. So let's do episode 6. What's your rating, and then what was your favorite scene?
9 out of 10.
Mm.
9.5 out of 10.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, 9.9 out of 10. And my favorite scene is everything with Bill Burr. Perfect, brilliant. You don't need a second.
That's fair enough.
The dialogue was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. Like it was genuinely funny. I don't laugh at anything anymore, and Bill Burr made me laugh. And it was so like self-referential and just like kind of like poking fun at itself. I guess because Bill Burr could do that because he's amazing. He just makes fun of, and he makes fun of everything like in context, and it just works. I'm just like, yes, I want more of this. But the best scene obviously was, when he gets, hunted down by Mando. That was awesome.
I think you and me are in agreement with that one. Like that, it was hands down. I'd say like right now in the series overall, there's 2 scenes that are tying it for me. Episode 3, when he launches all those little fucking missiles and kills everyone, and episode 6 with Bill Burr, because that just was like Batman, Alien. I mean, every kind of nostalgic thing wrapped up into one and appropriately done. And like major kudos, because that was just it was just amazing. So let's jump over to 7. What's your rating for that one, and what's your favorite scene?
I want to rate that like an 8. It was really good. My favorite scene is I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'll have to rewatch it because I haven't really decided. Okay. All right. I'll make a decision then. If you're going to be quiet, then. I want to say my favorite scene would probably be, when Baby Yoda's gone at the end. I'm like, yes, we have tension now. It was brilliant. All right, now you're not talking anymore. Let's say hello.
Oh no, I was listening. I was listening to you. I was letting you talk.
What are you talking about, Biden Touch? I'm not high at all. I haven't had anything to drink. I haven't had anything to smoke. How am I useless right now? I'm trying to carry this, and Zod keeps nodding off.
No, man.
How would you deal with it?
I'm speeding off of 2 monsters, and the Rise of Skywalker.
Too much information. Oh wait, you
dude. But yeah, so I'm with you. I'd say everything with Bill Burr was my favorite in episode 6. I gave episode 6 an 8.5. Just because I rewatched it and it was good, but it was side stories, so it kind of detracts from the main story. That was my really big nitpick. And then episode 7, I gave 9.9, like really close to 10. I didn't give it a 10 because he didn't shoot off all his missiles and kill a bunch of stormtroopers. So, I mean, I got to see the missiles before the show ends. Like, I want to see those fucking missiles again. That was so amazing. That was probably one of the most like epic things I've seen them do in Star Wars, because it reminded me of when remember in Attack of the Clones when Jango Fett shoots off his missile at Obi-Wan.
Yes.
And he's got him like roped up. Yes, that's like my favorite scene. And so like when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is just like the best parts of episode 2 without the shitty love story.
Yeah, all the best parts involved Django, I think. And of course Christopher Lee. May he rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
Those are great.
R.I.P.
But overall, crap movie. I didn't like it. But hey, Still Star Wars to me.
At least it's not Last Jedi. Now, whenever anyone argues with me about the prequels, I just say Last Jedi, and I win. Like, say what you want to about the Gogans, or whatever the fuck those annoying creatures.
The Gogans.
Like, I hate them, Proper.
You. The Gogans.
I hate them.
The Gogans. It's the Gungans. You fool. You damn fool. Gungans.
Gungans. I know, but I hate them. The Googans. That's what they've got, big fucking googly eyes. It's the most idiotic creatures in the planet. But no, you know, it's funny because, like, now when you look back at it, and now you look at this new trilogy and you go, George may have needed someone to rein him in on some of his decisions, but at least the story was tight. This one, I mean, I so wish. I can't wait until tomorrow when I can actually talk spoilers, because I don't know if I'm going to do a stream or if I'm going to just do a review, because my review will be like an hour long. I've got so much shit I got to pick apart.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, swinging back to the Mandalorian. So episode 7, a lot of great stuff, a lot of great scenes, really great introduction to a villain. Now, here's another question, Proper. Do you think that this should be a villain they should keep, or should he be a one-off?
Keep.
I agree.
Keep him. Make him even more awesome.
I know. I honestly don't think they're going to kill him off, because
good.
I hope he's so charismatic.
He is.
And you got to figure it this way. If the Bounty Hunters Guild, I'm going to assume, got decimated when the stormtroopers came, and now they really got decimated, like, the Mandalorian's going to need an overarching bad guy, or someone that he can get people to hate.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to introduce him at the end because there's still more to go. And he's like, I don't know, he could be like pulling the strings and shit, and it'd be great. But let's see if they decide to kill off the merchandise, if you will. I'm not calling him Baby Yoda right now. I'm calling him the merchandise. You know that's what it is. Pretty much. That's like, why would you kill him off? I mean, it's great that they kidnapped him. They had to do it eventually. But now it's like, what are they going to do? Just rescue him and hooray? Or are they going to kill him?
That's going to be an interesting question, Proper. Lots of things up in the air. But here's another thing, too, that I find great. You know what's and sad? The great thing about this show, so let's go to the great thing first. The great thing about this show is, whether people like it or hate it for story structure reasons or stuff, we're arguing about things within the show and not so much about the Star Wars lore, where this show has some of the best hooks, and it has the intrigue, right? It has the mystery. It has us wanting to know. Even if you don't like certain parts, they're very good with the mystery, and you could tell by watching this show. And I'll say this from firsthand knowledge of watching Rise of Skywalker. You could tell the difference between this and the movie is that you can see that they care and they're excited. There's an excitability about the show, and there's experimenting, but it's more of seeing what works and what doesn't. You know, normal show shit that, you know, you can see the detail and how people care about their roles and things like that. And it's kind of sad because there's probably more hype and anticipation for this 8th episode than there is for this movie.
Oh, speaking of which, the embargo should be over. Let loose.
No, I don't really want to do spoil. Okay. Does anyone want to hear any spoilers in the chat? Go ahead and light up the chat if you want me to just tell you a little bit. I'll give you a little taste because I want to do a separate stream for Rise of Skywalker.
I'll ask
I
three
see hell to
questions.
high ground.
I'll ask 3 questions, I guess. Yep, people are saying go for it.
Okay, because my chat comes up later because I'm on StreamYard. Okay, so let me tell you about my complaints. First off, as always, the movies were shot well, but all of the shit you see in the previews. So the Emperor comes back, and I don't even know how the fuck this works. And this was one of the things Jeremy Johns was talking about, but he raises Star Destroyers from like the water, like they're underwater in this ice. Like the Empire fleet has been decimated, and I guess the fucking ships fell from the sky. I don't know how the fuck they got in the ice, but they're in the ice, and he raises them all out of the ground. I assume with the Force, because fuck all if I know how.
Why?
Reasons, proper reasons, because we need a big fucking space battle. I don't know. And they need to like they need to
battles.
and the final scene takes place in like this. Remember in Rebels how they had the dark Sith like relics, and there was the like ancient Sith temple thing. Well, Rey basically travels around to find this
everything.
Well, okay, I'm gonna give you the biggest thing that pissed me off. So she travels to find this big like Sith palace thing, and the Emperor uses the most ridiculous things in the Force ever. Like he's raising ships out of ice.
All right. Hold on, I'm taking out my earpiece. You can continue.
But
I'm seeing it tomorrow, so if there's something that's really, really, really terrible that no one has talked about yet, I want to see it for myself.
Oh, there's a bunch of terrible stuff.
Is it worse than The Last Jedi?
Oh, God. A lot of people have asked me this, and look, I get what he was trying to do, but in trying to put a Band-Aid over what The Last Jedi did, it made it so much worse because now you have a story that makes completely no sense. How they explain the Emperor, you know, shit that happens. It's just bad. I mean, specifically, I'd have to give like really specific scenes, but no, Mark, it was worse than TLJ. It was worse than TLJ just because JJ doesn't understand Star Wars either. Like now I'm convinced The Force Awakens was a copy and paste because the way he tried to repair things, it made it so much more worse. Just, oh God. Like, yeah, I have to go into a full spoiler and give you like a breakdown because I mean, some of the shit was just terrible.
Like it to me, based on like, okay, how accurate are the leaks?
99.9%. There are some things in the leaks that weren't in the film, but you can tell there was rough cuts. So I think some of the stuff the leaks had in them was in the movie, and then at the last minute when they realized the script was leaked, they cut it out. The fucking changes were so quick, you could see where shit should have been in the movie, but it was cut. And instead of like editing it, I don't know, properly because they were reshooting it at the very last possible fucking second, you can see where it's very rough and choppy. Like when the critics were telling you it's choppy, it's like there's shit missing from the movie. Like legitimately, you can almost see where they pulled things out of it. And then they just used a cut to kind of like glaze over. But I really felt like it should have been a 4 hour movie and they cut it down to like 2 hours. Like I felt like every version they were talking about that was out of the film, I felt like there are multiple cuts of this film because like the way the editing is, it's so choppy. Like when you see it tomorrow, we'll come back and talk about it and you tell me if you, because you're into that the film stuff, you could probably pick
Into
out
the film stuff. Yes. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it more in depth. But
yeah,
yeah,
because
everyone and their fucking mother is going to be streaming, so yeah.
yeah, I mean, you know, I don't want to say like, oh, we need to be on the hate train and that it's necessarily J.J. Abrams' fault. It is his fault for leaving the movie to Rian Johnson, but I mean,
That wasn't
I
his
do,
fault. There were supposed to be 3 different people, and the
yeah,
middle
like
guy
I do,
sucked. He screwed it up. JJ should have done all 3.
like, but here's the thing, and I like what Jeremy John says. He says that the Emperor being in it was always their plan, but I call bullshit. I call bullshit too, because how that scene is shot, the whole ending feels like it was forced in. Like they crammed it all in at the last minute. Like everything feels very last minute and rushed. It doesn't have a good flow. Uh, there's no chemistry with the cast whatsoever. Like, okay, in Star Wars, right? Han, Leia, Chewie, fucking even annoying ass C-3PO.
He wasn't annoying. Shut up. He's great. Best part of all the
R2D2,
movies. And now he's
R2D2.
gone. Is C-3PO actually gone in this?
Oh, very much. There were some people in my screening. I'll tell you one thing. There is one scene, and thank God they put it in at the ending. But there's one scene that I guarantee you, when you see it, it's gonna piss you off because it offs like 4 people all at once.
What?
It was, yeah, dude. I can't make this shit up.
4 main characters are killed off at once?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like our favorite ones.
Yep.
No! Oh, Chewie's gonna die. And so is Lando. No one lives. Why can't Lando live? Don't say anything. I actually want to know in the theater, but I heard Lando is barely even in the movie, like for a second. Like he's in like 3 scenes. Right?
It was great. Lando's one of my favorite characters.
He did
I
great.
mean, I gotta say, the cameos are the strong parts of the film. The fights are fucking boring. Like I never thought a lightsaber fight would be boring, but I was just like, come on.
Can we have one good fight? Like Rian Johnson, did he really choreograph the best fight of the sequel trilogy? Did he? With Rey and Kylo and the Imperial Guards?
Oh God, that scene is so terrible.
By default, can you say that?
No, there is one cool. There is, as much as I don't want to admit it, there is one cool scene. I'll see if you can pick it out. But yeah, you saw the Pirate Bay version. Yeah, I got a cut from the theater, so who knows?
Mark,
There might be 3 different.
It was cool. I said by default, it's the best lightsaber fight, and it wasn't even a real lightsaber fight, but it was the best fight of the sequel trilogy by default. Because you had The Force Awakens, which the villain gets his ass whooped, and then in this one, the fights are just boring. So by default, yeah. So shut the fuck up, Mark. You don't know what you're talking about.
Senate said something interesting. He said in the cut,
Okay.
Chewie is alive and Lando is alive. Maybe we do have different versions floating around. Interesting.
That would be really weird.
I've got it. Yeah, because like I said, though, the cuts that we get in the theater, it is like I was like watching it when the press people got their premiere. So who knows?
The embargo has been lifted, though, so speak your mind.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna say this. It's a good sci-fi movie. It's a terrible Star Wars movie.
Damn. It's kind of depressing,
oh,
man. Why'd you have to say that?
I mean, I gotta be honest. And Rey, if you thought Rey was like overpowered before, holy fuck, does she do shit that no other, I swear to God, no other Jedi has ever fucking done in any of the movies. It's like Rey is the equivalent of like Captain Marvel at the end of Captain Marvel, like just nonsensically powerful.
That is so not cool. Totally unrad.
Yeah, and Senate, I agree. Both versions still suck.
Oh, okay, so there are
I got a different version. It wasn't better than yours.
2 different versions. Dude, I want a copy of that version if it's different, for sure. Hit me up. Would love that. No, I'm serious.
You know what?
Like there are different cuts of like some movies that come out. Like for example, I remember a cut of the Rob Zombie Halloween. Like the pirated version was totally different than the theatrical release, which was totally different from the DVD release. So
yep, I remember that because I love the Rob Zombie Halloween, the first one. I liked it, and I remember seeing it. And you were right. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like how did
there was one version? I was just like, "Oh, I remember." There was a Kiss song at the beginning of the movie, but then there was like the fucking Munsters theme or whatever the fuck it was. I'm like, this isn't fucking Kiss.
Yeah, I thought it was very intriguing, but you know, I gotta say, there was something else I wanted to talk about. If you noticed the subtitle of my stream, I wanted to talk about some pettiness going around. Like, look, and this is probably going to be an popular opinion, and definitely not directed towards the Senate, because I love the Senate and everything he does is to troll the haters. So Senate, you keep on being you, buddy. But I mean, for all the other people, I don't agree with releasing actual screenshots onto the different platforms. Like, okay, I know none of us like what happened with Star Wars.
This is off the fucking charts. I mean, you cannot go on Twitter. If I didn't want it spoiled for me, I have to stay off Twitter, like for sure. I mean, and that's not fair, because I want to like communicate with people. I don't want to go dead for 3 days. Like that's not fair, and that is, you know what? That's something you're absolutely right, man. No, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, look, remember when Endgame came out? There were some spoilers, but tell me that you found like pieces of the movie online. You could not, because if people got it spoiled, I had fights. I had a fight in my theater because someone came out and said something, and it wasn't even the end of the movie. It was like the middle of the movie. And this dude chased this other dude down the hall, like about to whoop his ass because he was going right into Endgame as this guy came out and said something. Like, it was that level of people didn't want to know. And like now I feel like it's the reverse, and people are just spoiling shit out of spite. And I mean, now look, Star Wars deserves every bit of vitriol and hate that it gets from its fans, because honestly, you fuckers created this. The media created this. Kathleen Kennedy created this. Ryan the fuckboy Johnson created this. It's all on them, and that's true. But we cannot stoop to their level, to the media level of being petty and being like, oh, yeah, I'm going to leak this because fuck them. I mean, at least, I mean, it's for crying out loud. It's just technically premiering for people now. I mean,
Not
just let
even.
people go and see the movie.
Yeah, like it's
And
honestly like it's so absurd, and people are posting it on purpose. Like and tagging people in it, and man, that's not cool. Like that's not cool. And then I don't know. I think Jeremy said something like, what was it? He was like, I get people don't want the movie spoiled. I get that, but it's the fucking internet, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Like these spoilers this is something that's unprecedented. It is unheard of. I have never seen anything like this before.
no, that's what took me by surprise. And I think that
So easy. I
LB.
basically got all the scenes spoiled for me already. All the key scenes. Like I was shocked that one photo got out like on Monday, like as the premiere, like across the street from me, pretty much was like how did you do that? Who the fuck?
Well,
Is
it's these
this?
fucking phones. People, people took their phones and then started recording. And if you want to do that, and if you want to do it on like a Thursday and a Friday, by then we already know it's going to be in the billions. A lot of people are going to go see this. Don't kid yourself. So a massive amount of people are going to go see it. So then, fine, it's fair game. When a movie comes out, there's going to be spoilers. That's the nature of the beast. That I can accept. But when you're releasing spoilers on fucking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably all the way through, I mean, that's just kind of asinine and a little bit rude. I mean, it's not fair to people who want to experience the garbage fire for themselves. I mean, you want to get that feeling of being revolted at the theater. That's part of the fun of it. So then you can go online and be like, holy fuck, spoiler warning. If you don't want to spoil, don't watch this. But you can vent your feelings there. But I think that it sets a dangerous thing, because then you're gonna have this for every movie that comes out that people don't like. Then they're gonna go online and start posting spoilers. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean someone else out there won't. Like, I love the movie Black Christmas, the original 76 version, and the
Oh, for
2006,
fuck's
not the
sake.
not the
Oh, what
2019.
the fuck happened to that movie? I don't know anything about it at all. I've never seen any of them. All I
Oh, it got
was,
SJW'd. It got
how?
SJW'd.
Why
That's
would you
what
do this to
happened.
a slasher film? Don't
Uh,
do that. That doesn't work. Stay the fuck away. Out of my. Get your SJW shit out of my slasher movies. Fuck off. Progressive ideology does not belong in slasher films, except for The Final Girl. Anyways, continue.
and once again said it. Yeah, I know. Once that thread started, buddy. I mean, it's not on one person. This is, well, it is somewhere, someone, whoever the fuck, it is on that one person. But I mean, it's just, to me, going to the theater, a good or a bad experience, is still like an experience that you should have, there. And to ruin it for people, I mean, let's put it in a show we like. You and me would probably be uber pissed if we go to watch Cobra Kai season 3, and then someone gets like a pre-screening and starts like clipping shit and putting it, and we saw it, and it was like a big plot point. Like,
Oh my god.
how
If
pissed
the
off?
ending of season 2, what happened to you know who, was leaked online, oh my god, I would have flipped a shit.
Oh, I would have fucking rioted. Me and you would have had to do a burn this motherfucker downstream.
Yeah, like, fuck this guy. He sucks. He's an asshole. I hope he gets nailed to a fucking cross. Like, Jesus. Like, I mean, I didn't mean to say that. Like, I didn't mean to say, like, Jesus. I meant, like, Jesus, man. Like, this guy's awful. Not, like, oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm going to stop now. Carry on.
But no, I mean, it's just a point of no matter how bad something is. And, if you want to be spoiled, that's one thing, but not everyone does. And I think that, one, I think marketing plays a big part because there's a lot of things marketed that shouldn't be. And then, two, I think these stupid fucking premieres that these elitist media shills get is part of the problem because someone is in there recording and they record shit and then they leak it onto the internet.
Yeah, that's how leaks work.
And I mean, especially if it's from their end, because these are supposed to be the professionals. You and me are just misogynistic trolls who live in our parents' basement and think of ways to sabotage Star Wars because we don't have a fucking life. Like my whole day is, how can I fuck with Disney today?
Oh man. Oh, J528 said, but hey, at least we have a 2-year break from this garbage. Actually, 3 years.
Yeah,
3 years.
and
And it's not going to come out in 3 years. We're not going to have a Star Wars movie in 3 years. In 3 years, people are still going to be bitching about these movies. I'm going to say they didn't exist, and by that time, I'm probably going to release like videos on how it would have been better, the sequel trilogy. Like, what if it was good? Like, really good? Because this is just, at least with the prequels, there were things that were just silly and laughable. Like Jar Jar, we can look back on it and just be like, oh, weren't those great times? We can make fun of it.
Well, and here's the thing, we had this big war between the EU and the film franchise when it came to things that they did. In one of my favorite shows, Clone Wars, and within the prequels, right? And now looking back on it,
people got pissy.
Oh yeah, it was a big thing. I had some EU friends who were like, "That wasn't in the book," and I'm like, "It wasn't ever started on a book, people. The books came from the fucking movie."
Fuck the book. I don't. The only thing I want to read about Star Wars is the opening crawl. Thank you very much. But no, of course, I'd be interested to check out some of the books. They seem really fascinating, and the stories too. I think it'd be great.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've read a good amount of the EU, and I agree the stories are pretty rich. But I've said this 1,000 times. When adapting, books have more leeway to be more exposition heavy, where a show you gotta keep it moving along to keep people's interest.
Yeah, it makes it more entertaining that way.
And
also,
that's why
you want to see things happen. You don't want things explained to you. I mean, and also like is it just me, or is there like this kind of like attitude that some EU people have that I've noticed? Not all of them.
No, you're right.
Pretentious, like, and snobbish, like, since I read, I know better, and I know everything, and I am better than you because I read books about Star Wars. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, no one gives a fuck about you and your stupid opinions. Go watch the Clone Wars and be a man. And have fun. It's Star Wars. Don't be like, well, technically in this book that's no longer canon, but it was canon before Disney took over. Like, okay, shut up. It's like, I don't care. Like, who I am just like, who the fuck is Thrawn? And they're like, you don't know who Thrawn is? I'm like, no, I don't read the books, asshole. It's like, fuck off. Like, it's annoying. It's annoying. And it's like sometimes it comes across like they're better than you. Like, I even noticed like Ryan said like it's not Baby Yoda, it's Baby Yoda's species. I'm like, shut up, Ryan. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, by the way, Tommy,
I love
Jeremy
Ryan.
Johns.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jeremy Johns is not a shill. He is my hero. Jeremy, if you hear this, come on my channel, please. I would literally just retire if I got you on my channel. I don't even care about views anymore. I just reached the pinnacle of my YouTube life. I love you, Jeremy.
What if he literally just hopped on and said, hey, and then just left. You had no idea if it was him or not. It's just his
I
icon.
would just, I don't know what I'd do. I would just, I honestly don't know. I don't know. I'd probably do something like, "Ee!"
What the fuck was that? What? What?
It'd be something like that.
You're a weirdo.
Yeah, Johns is a very for all of you who don't know Jeremy Johns' channel, go check it out. He's the only one who does movie reviews that I really like and trust. He's got a lot of opinions like mine. He calls out the social justice warrior bullshit in movies, but he hits it from a film point of view. Like he doesn't just focus on that. He talks about the movie quality in general. So he's got some really good stuff, and he's very down the line. And he did not like Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi. So, if you have a chance, definitely go check out that channel, because he does some pretty good shit on there.
Did you just gain Jeremy Johns a subscriber? That's impressive. Like, you should say, hey,
I know,
man,
I can promote like a motherfucker.
Another sub, so hey, you owe me. Like, what the fuck?
Be like, Jeremy, come on my channel. I'm promoting you. Damn it. So a fan service film in what respect for Raylos?
Oh, my buddy says on his video he claims The Rise of Skywalker is a fan service film. A fan service film in what respect? Like for Raylos? For Raylos? I am confused. Help me out here.
I don't know if I want to say it, because you have to cringe with me when you see it.
I know what happens. It's like Sleeping Beauty.
Oh.
Am I wrong?
It was like, I was just like,
don't say it.
Okay,
I know what it is, but don't say it.
There was a part of me that said, when I thought Rose Tico and Finn was cringe and borderline rape, this was so fucking forced. I was just like, you know what though? I give Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver much respect, because unlike Finn and Tico, I could almost buy what happens, not by much, but their acting slightly curves that. But it's still like, how the fuck? Why the fuck is this even in here? Your story makes no, like, God, this is what I'm talking about. It's a better sci-fi film. Like, some of the shit in here, it's just like, why are you putting? There's fan service, and then there's you like self-sabotaging your story like no one I've ever seen. It's like watching
Daisy
the
Riddle.
fucking Hindenburg go down.
Sorry, Tommy said, Zod, it's Daisy Riddle. That's pretty good. Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley, whatever. Fucking Daisy Duke, I don't care.
Ridley. It's like, do you pronounce it Ripley in Alien? No, you say Ripley.
Yes, I say Ripley.
Now it's the same thing except with a D. Ridley. Not Ridley.
Ridley.
Fuck you. I know you can say it right.
I really feel like
believe it or not.
I really feel like I'm working with Hooked on Phonics here.
What does that even mean?
I feel like sometimes when I have these moments, it's like a Hooked on Phonics moment where you're like, sound it out. The D is not silent.
Yep.
But bite and touch, I agree. You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I can tell you about Tross.
Oh gosh.
There's
Wow.
a difference between doing fan service and doing it right, and then trying to do fan service and doing it fucking poor. And like, I can respect trying to do fan service, but it felt like trying to do damage control, fan service, and have a somewhat coherent story, and it's all a big jumbled mess of fuckery on a
Wow, that's
level I've
bad.
never seen.
Oh, by the way, was Mark Hamill even in the movie, like at all?
Yes,
Like a lot, or like hardly? Is it like a cameo?
it's a very brief cameo.
He's not in the movie. Oh my god, he's in the movie less than he is in The Force Awakens.
Yep.
It's got like what, one scene?
PB, we are not talking about the Mandalorian. I am tap dancing about Tross.
Yeah, PB tap dancing about Tross. Okay. PB, did I spoil the Mandalorian for you? By the way. Also, you're in the chat. You should come in. Lazy ass. Probably sitting on his couch yelling at his dogs again. Without muting his mic, with no context. Like, hey, you, shut up. Even though they're not saying anything. Like, no, don't lick that thing over there. Stop peeing in the corner. This is the kind of thing that he says. Okay, good. All right, I didn't spoil it for you. All right. He got
George
lucky.
BD Lucas, what up? Good to see you here, buddy.
Hi, George. How are you?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, Tross is just it proper. I tried to go in like I did with Captain Marvel, and I took out the biases I had towards Brie, fuck her Larson, and I watched the movie for the movie, and I tried to do the same thing here. But when they throw nostalgia at you, and then there's some parts where you're like, oh, this is kind of going in a good direction, and then they fucking nosedive it towards the finish line, like, because I'm not gonna lie, the beginning it's choppy, but it has a little bit of intrigue in it. And then somewhere along the line, it becomes such a convoluted mess and just like, you know, takes an X-Wing and runs it right into the side of the fucking Star Destroyer, full fucking speed, and doesn't look back. There's no, oh my God, it's just, and you're going, holy fuck, JJ. Like, I mean, I'm not aboard the Miss train where she says fuck JJ Abrams. I don't know. She's got a weird like obsession with like hating him. I can't
There's a
understand
few
why,
people who
because
hate J.J. Abrams.
yeah,
Some
like
people
I don't
ever
understand.
some people since like 2009 with Star Trek when he ruined that. I guess I don't know.
You know what? I'm a Star Trek fan, but I mean, get over it. That's all I gotta say. Like that pisses me off because
What
it's not like he did some egregious thing. I actually like the fact that he went into a different direction. I mean, I thought
was he gonna
what
do?
was it? Into Dark.
Remake the original series? Like, what the fuck did you want him to do?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that was the most egregious. I liked Cloverfield. I mean, for the most part, the only thing I said fuck him was Lost, because that show was such a fucking convoluted mess that fuck that show. But I mean,
Not his fault.
you know,
He was just involved with the pilot.
yeah, I know that's his problem. But I mean, when I saw this actively made me want to punch him in the face, just because like I came to a point in the story when I realized that not only did Rian Johnson not know anything about Star Wars, or well, in Ryan's case, he just didn't give a shit. JJ has what I feel like is a very limited understanding of what Star Wars is,
He's a
and when you see the
limited
film, you'll know
understanding.
what I'm talking about. Like, he's got a very, very, like, it's like when someone skims over something and they go, yeah, I know the story, and then they just throw their own shit in it. That's pretty much what it felt like.
It would be like I feel like a 9-year-old me would have been able to write a better story, and my stories were terrible. Like, I made like a fake Star Wars story like when I was like 9, and it was awful. It was really bad. But
and Senate, I agree with you.
Still better than this shit.
And what up, Trey, Courtney? Good to see you. We are talking all things Star Wars. We started with the Mandalorian. Episode 7 was great. There's the cliff notes. I don't want to ruin it for PB, so he doesn't like. He lives where, well, it's a distance from me, but he'll still kill me. So yeah, but episode 7 was great. Anyways, we're talking about Tross, and I'm trying not to spoil anything, but it was every bit of a wreck that people expected. I didn't want to be a person who would go along that route. And I'm not going to say that the movie is completely garbage. I don't even say that it's on the level of Last Jedi, because Last Jedi put in political politics. This didn't really put in that much, besides fucking Rey. I mean, other than that, the politics weren't really in it. It was just shitty writing. It was just really bad writing that doomed this film. And I don't even know.
JJ's being held accountable.
Well, and that's a funny thing. I mean, let's talk about that proper. That's a funny thing, because
oh my, holy shit! I just remembered something. Go ahead.
But I mean, can you really hold one director accountable? Or what about the person who's supposed to be overseeing the? Let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. Kevin, right? And Marvel. If there is a shitty Marvel movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who do you blame?
What was that again?
If there's a shitty movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who would you blame?
The director.
And you can go right down the line. Okay. Would you blame Kevin
for allowing it to happen? In some regard, I would, hold him appropriately responsible.
Because he's supposed to be the guy that we know that before the movie even comes out, he's overseeing, going, okay, does this go with the continuity of this? Is this going to mess up this storyline here? Now, I don't know what happened with Captain Marvel, because they retconned the shit out of a bunch of stuff. But leaving that out, for the most part, if you look at the track record there, right, there's a fluid storytelling and continuity. It might be a little bit rougher at Endgame, but it's still, in every regard, a satisfying ending, right? Mm-hmm. So you hold all of those people responsible, the writers, the directors, and of course the person who's overhead. Now, with Star Wars, there's no accountability, because they put several different directors on, which I don't understand, because if you're doing a trilogy, by logic, as far as I've known, one person mans a trilogy of movies. Look at Avengers and Infinity War. You didn't have two different directors doing that. The Russo brothers did Infinity War. The Russo brothers did Endgame. The Russo brothers did Civil War, if I remember correctly.
And I think they did Winter Soldier.
Yeah. So you had one track of directors who had their stamp on the movie. Now,
or at least you had Captain America part. And then you had Jon Favreau with Iron Man, and then you had you had a few different people, but they were usually like Taika Waititi or Tiki or whatever the fuck his name is.
Hey, don't start ripping on Cord, you son of a bitch.
Oh, hey PB.
What's up, gentlemen?
Oh, by the way,
we're talking about an atrocity.
Yes. PB, by the way, I just have to say, never mind, I won't spoil it. I'm not that mean. I was going to say,
Mark F. Hold on a second, guys, before we continue. Mark F, you are right. They also had a fucking plan. Hold on, I'm gonna highlight that, Mark F. Thank you. They had a plan. They had
Good job, Mark.
designated people manning the fucking story, and they had it all laid out. You know what they're supposed to do in a fucking story room? Sorry, guys, I'm gonna rant a little bit. They're supposed to have a bunch of people who sit down on a big ass fucking storyboard, or maybe we're in 2019, so they're on their fucking iCloud tablet 3000, whatever the fuck a company uses, right? And they're planning out the story, and they're like, does this idea go with this film, and does it make sense in this? No, let's scrap that and go with this idea. Yeah, that sounds like it fits. No, they had fucking separate writing rooms. They had separate directors. They had separate fucking storyboards. And in the end, it's a big cluster fuck of fuckery.
They had separate bagel guys.
Yes, those bagel guys. They're the real heroes.
What are you talking
Never
about?
forget.
What bagel guys?
Whatever bagel guys they had. Everybody has a bagel guy.
I don't get it.
So TechCom says, so technically there's no Iron Man trilogy because Marvel only directed 1 and 2, right? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I'm saying is that 3 was the weakest. There you go. Because they didn't use the designated person who had already started on the path that they had laid out. That's a good example of why you should have one person if you're going to do a trilogy.
I'm glad that that is your reason why 3 is the weakest. Because if you were going to attack Trevor, I was going to leave.
I know. That's why I didn't say it. No, I mean, 3 had good ideas. And I'm going to be honest with you. Sir Ben Kingsley was my favorite part of that movie.
Whoa. Mark F. Whoa. Iron Man 3 specifically deals with the repercussions of New York, which has to do with the Thanos arc.
Yes, what he said. Look,
so,
I will defend Iron Man 2 only because the soundtrack of that movie was excellent. 100%.
It is excellent.
It was amazing. Brilliant.
But
genius.
But I mean, swinging back around to Trust, this is the problem that you have, is that there's too many cooks in the kitchen and no master chef looking over them. There's no Gordon Ramsay.
Yep, jinx.
Great minds,
like all the master chef contestants, but they all suck.
What do you mean? The original trilogy didn't have the original trilogy had 3 different directors.
It ruined the Mandarin. They try to be oranges, but they're just not good enough.
No, Trevor was the Mandarin, allegedly.
Who the hell's Trevor?
From
yes,
Iron
but
Man
George.
3.
Hold on, so guys.
Oh, the kid.
TechCom.
The guy who's faking as the Mandarin. I'm Trevor. I'm just an actor.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember that movie, to be honest. There was no AC/DC, so I didn't care.
It's Christmas time. You should watch it.
So, guys, let's tackle this one together. TechCom says, at General Zod's Phantom Zone super chat, but the OT Star Wars had 3 different directors.
Okay.
But George was overseeing it, is what I'm saying.
George was there, Kevin Feige.
Exactly.
If we're trying to equate it to what we were saying before. Whereas Kathleen Kennedy just knows how to make coffee flavors.
I mean, and that's the point, is that you have to have someone overseeing what's going on. Like, for instance, take The Mandalorian. They just started marketing Baby Yoda, and I watched a funny video provided by the Unicorn where they're in a board meeting and they're like, okay, guys, we're here to talk about The Mandalorian. We're going to do some merchandising, right? And they sit down and they go, okay, we got this cool armor planned out. And the Mandalorian, he never takes his helmet off, so we're gonna do a full Mandalorian piece set with the blaster. And then someone looks at it, like one of the marketing people looks at the screen and goes, "What is that?" He goes, "I don't know, it's just some green thing." And he goes, "That's so cute." And they got like the ladies sitting around, and they're like, "I want it. What it?" And he goes, "I don't know, it's some kind of frog thing." He goes, "But we're focusing on the Mandalorian." They're like, "No." He's like, "I would sell my kid to get that." He goes, I want the little green guy. Let's make a bunch of t-shirts of him and stuff." And I was like, yeah, see, the whole point of the skit was they didn't market the right thing, right? And this is the problem with Star Wars, is that everything feels like it's in such disarray. Like they focus on the wrong things. They have fucking terrible marketing. I mean, it's just been a shit show.
Hmm.
Well,
Oh, Mark,
And-
Mark F said, "I don't buy that the original." What?
I'm
What are you laughing about?
reading these Mark F comments, and they are funny.
Oh yeah, I don't buy that the original trilogy was that well planned out. Luke and Leia would have boned in A New Hope if they could have. He made them brother and sister later. Oh my god!
What do you mean they would have boned if they could have? Like, it's a movie. You saw what happened on screen.
It's not.
You know what
porno.
happened off screen because you're typically told, or you can figure it out. Like, oh, they ran down the corridor to get to the ship. They didn't have sex in between. There wasn't time.
TechCom. Again, all right, here we go. Super chat. Okay, so if someone, be it the director, the writer, or the story group, is overseeing thing, then it can be considered a cohesive story. If they're so, if
Yes, it could be. That's true. It could be. But when you tell one person that he can go off and just write a story, and then you just accept it because Kathleen Kennedy appreciates his writing style, then it doesn't work. And then you bring in the other guy that only knows how to reboot stuff and only knows how to take anything that's nostalgic and just throw it against the screen. So he's just throwing up all the spaghetti and goes, "Hey, that's stuck. Hey, that's stuck. Hey, that's stuck." And that's how you get an atrocity.
Like seriously, it was ridiculous. JJ was perfect for theoretically for the beginning. They should have had someone else for the middle. Probably steal the Russo brothers for a minute,
There you go.
or steal them for the last one. Have them directed instead.
Yeah, have them
Yeah,
have
screw
them
Endgame.
come in
They
to
can
wrap up the
work on Star Wars
storylines.
instead. Screw Endgame. Nope. You guys are working on the.
Oh,
Rise
and
of
also, by
Skywalker.
the way, TechCom, thank you for subbing to me, buddy, and thank you for the questions. This is bringing up really good conversation, and you guys keep in the chat, keep on hitting us up with these chats. I'm really enjoying it. This is why I started the stream, and I wanted to talk about this because, we need to analyze what happened with atrocity, or Tross, or the atrocity of Tross. Oh God. Continue. I'm sorry.
You want who to continue?
Whoever was hot. Oh,
You were talking.
actually,
No shit,
at Pop Culture,
proper.
at Pop Culture PB, you have a question.
Oh, where is the question mark in that fucking paragraph? What do you mean a question? You mean a statement directed at me?
A statement,
that says
whatever.
Luke
I'm a
and
villain.
Leia initially weren't going to be siblings. Lucas planned for a sister, but hadn't planned for it to be Leia. It wasn't until the making of Return of the Jedi that he just said, "Okay, it's Leia. Let's just fucking go with that because I don't want to have to get another fucking actress, and she looks pretty hot in that metal bikini. You can't have sex with her." Okay, sure. I still don't
But I
understand
mean-
what that, like, you're talking about theoretical stuff, and I'm talking about what actually happened in the movie. Like they are actually brother and sister in the movie. They don't actually have a romantic relationship in the movie. Like these are things that are actually happening or aren't actually happening. Not, well, it might have been this if it had gone a different way in 1978. What?
Yeah,
But here's the
that's
thing, though.
unrealistic. Like I could say, yeah, the Rise of Skywalker could have been a porno, which would have been better, but it wasn't. You know,
Exactly.
or like The Godfather could have been shitty, but it wasn't. Ghostbusters 2016 could have been good, but that would be too hard. So they just made it crap. You know,
I was just watching a Star Wars special on the Reels channel, Mark F., who says, A New Hope was very clearly made as though it was going to be the only movie. When they made A New Hope, as all of us know, at the end of the movie, the villain that we all remember, like even if you weren't paying attention during the movie, you remember who Darth Vader is. You probably don't remember Grand Moff Tarkin being the actual villain of the movie. He gets knocked off into oblivion and doesn't get killed, so that it's set up for a sequel. It's literally set up for a sequel. It is not set up to be a standalone movie. And George said all along that he wanted to do 12 movies. And then he knocked it down to 9. And then he knocked it down to 6. And then he sold it to Disney and was like, yeah, I'll take that check.
And they made 3 more, which doesn't count to me.
Yep, they don't count. They're not real movies. Well, they're real movies, but they're not connected to the original movies.
What the fuck?
I would say
read it.
Read which one?
Techcom's latest one. No.
Oops.
No. Read it.
The one on My Money would have been Kylo Ren being Luke and Leia's bastard child born between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. That's why he killed Han, but not Luke and Leia. He knew he wasn't Han's.
Oh my god, bastard baby!
Oh man, that is a special comment.
That's imagery.
Baby,
Oh God!
I'm gonna steal that.
Tommy. Okay, I see what you're putting in the chat. That it was possible. It was set up that it could be a standalone movie, but the story was always meant to span more than one movie. This has been said on multiple occasions, that he wasn't sure if he was ever going to get a sequel, so he wanted to make a movie that, you know, definitely had a definitive end, which was the exploding of the Death Star, but was also set up for a sequel because you didn't kill off Darth Vader. So he's going to come back even stronger. And sure as shit, he did, because what happened at the end of the next movie? He fucking won.
Woohoo!
Exactly. Woohoo.
And like, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, that the original movies had strong writing, and they did something where, like you said, you could have ended with A New Hope and it would have ended satisfying. But like great old movies were made, they left that little possibility that if I want to do a sequel, it's open. It wasn't like the new Disney films where they were like, oh, we're doing 3 films, and it was clearly very open-ended because it was made to go into the next movie, and it would set itself up.
They didn't end A New Hope, back then known just as Star Wars, the same way they ended Episode 7 with, oh, well, I guess there has to be a one after this one because you didn't wrap up any storylines. You're right, they
Yep.
didn't do that. It
And
can
that
totally
is,
stand alone, but it definitely leads right into the next one.
and that is both a good thing and a bad thing, because the good thing could have been if the middle piece was good, you would have been like, oh, fuck yeah, they gave us what we wanted. There's Luke, blah, blah, blah. But it turned out being a bad thing, because had it been a self-contained story, it may not have been the greatest, but we could have said, you know what? If you section off Force Awaken, and God help me, if you section off Tross, by themselves, they'd be okay as movies. But when you put them together as a trilogy, it makes no fucking sense. Like, nothing makes sense, because once again, you screwed up the middle. Like, you can do a bad ending and you can have a rough beginning, but if you fuck up the middle of something, you can't repair that, because now you've just fucked over your beginning. And how do you end crap? With more crap. That's the answer. More crap. Because you can't possibly make
100 times more of the crap from what I understand. I mean, that's just from looking at trailers and seeing what is literally on the screen. There's literally 100 times more crap.
yes, TechCom. We got that. Oh my god, I had to say Beth turd because I'm not modded to say the word that. I picked out the word.
Turd baby is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, bath turd baby is way funnier.
Like bath shit baby? That just doesn't sound right. Bath turd baby. I know he said bath turd child. Bath turd baby is just, that's gonna catch on. I'm actually gonna hashtag that right now. With no context.
I love it.
But I mean,
turd baby. I'll just say Kylo Ren is a hashtag bath turd baby. No, I'm not doing that. I'm kidding, by the way.
So,
what?
I got a real quick question. When are we going to know how many minutes the season finale of The Mandalorian is?
Oh God, they're gonna keep us in suspense to look. You know, a thing that I like and hate about this show is how you can't find out fucking nothing about the next episode. Like, literally until the episode drops, I don't know what the runtime is, what the title is, they don't even give you, like, you know how at the end of most shows they go, okay, on the next episode, or they say the next episode, and they show you little clips and you get jazzed up. They don't give you shit. Like, nothing. I typed in episode
Dude, they
8
always
air
put
date, and
clips on their YouTube channel during the week.
oh well, then I gotta go to that, because I can't find nothing. Like, I googled it and it just said to be announced.
I mean, at
And
least
I'm
I'm
like,
pretty sure
what the fuck?
they're meant to be clips that are for the upcoming episode. I'm not 100% because I don't look at them because I don't want to see clips of the upcoming episode because I don't want to have it spoiled. If they're not going to give me a next time on, I'm not going to seek it out.
Yeah, that's the thing that makes me a little bit upset and salty, is when they do stuff like that. Because I'm like,
You
well,
need that
shit.
next time on? You're not already excited for the episode if you don't get a next time on?
Oh no, I'm excited, but it's just like, then I can kind of speculate better. You know,
No, you
because you could take
speculate worse because the next time on is always a, what do I want to say? Not a diversion, but it's always misleading.
That's true. That's true.
Like they always splice stuff together, especially in that show. Shit, the stuff that's actively happening in the show is misleading. Every time somebody's getting shot when you cannot see the blaster, you think the different person's getting shot. Like when you think Baby Yoda's getting shot, it's like, nope, the sniper got shot by the woman in the woods.
Well, rest in peace, Baby Yoda. That's all
Funny.
I.
So
No,
Let me
seriously. No,
ask you.
seriously. Baby Yoda's dead now. You didn't know that?
I mean, I would believe you, except you're lying.
I wish it was.
Oh, he's gonna run with this till the ending.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Anyways, to go back to my original question of how many fucking minutes there are in the season, why can't we just take The Mandalorian, cut it up into 3 sections, boom, sequel trilogy?
No.
Why not? It'll be better than what the other 3 movies are.
It wouldn't be episode 7, 8, or 9. There's nobody from the other movies. It'd be weird.
And it would still be better.
People would be very disappointed.
And it would still be better.
It would be better, but
I don't hear you refuting my points.
yeah, I mean, it would be better, but like, it wouldn't work as the sequel trilogy. It would work as its own trilogy, I guess.
Fair enough.
Not the sequel trilogy. Yeah. It was totally the Boba Fett movie, though.
It was 100% the Boba Fett movie. I mean,
it's great that it's in this format. I love it.
I mean, at least the first half of the season. I don't know so much about the second, or if they added a bunch of filler in the middle, and and maybe the end of the season was supposed to be the end of the movie, because we don't know what's going to happen in the season finale at all, because there's no next time on. Oh no, what are we going to do with ourselves?
Wait for an entire year to get another round of 8 episodes, 30 minutes long. The fuck?
Right, 30 minutes long, and that doesn't include the previously on or the credits.
Previously on, the minute and a half of recap and logos, and then the 7 minutes of credits.
I will give them credit. That new little logo intro, I do like.
Oh yeah, I like it too.
It's fine, but just hurry it up, I guess.
I think it does hurry it up. It gets you to the story a lot faster than the crawl of a movie, if
I
that's
think
your
it would
point.
be nice if they had a crawl. What if they had a crawl every single episode?
Ooh, like that's what they did for the Clone Wars, didn't they?
Yep.
I loved it.
Oh, by the way, if you're expecting any explanation for shit that's going down, you'll get it in the longest fucking Star Wars crawl that there's ever been in a fucking movie ever. This fucking crawl for Rise of Skywalker was so fucking long. I'm like, oh
How
my
many
god, this is
paragraphs
like,
is it?
it's got to be at least 3 or 4.
I mean, that's not
it's the
too many
average
paragraphs than what they have, but I guess if they put a lot of words into the paragraphs, make them extra long, it could be super long.
It's like reading a fucking novel.
No, if at the beginning of The Mandalorian they just had like a 1 paragraph quick crawl that just scrolled up real quick, and then you pan down to either the planet or the episode when they were in the dogfight, it would just pan down to him in empty space in the dogfight. I think that would be awesome, because you tell me at any point in time that someone walks into a room and they see any type of opening crawl like that. You see them stars, you see those words, ascending away from you into space. You know that you're watching some kind of Star Wars. You might not know exactly what it is yet, but you know it's Star Wars. So what do? You pause, you look at the screen, you go, okay, good, it's not The Last Jedi. I can watch this.
You know what would be funny? If some random astronaut in space was just traveling interstellar space, and then the opening crawl for Star Wars just appears out of nowhere. Like that would actually be kind of weird if the spaceship was floating past and that was actually happening. I would totally killed the mood, didn't I?
No, I was actually just answering Tommy's question in the chat. But yeah,
Oh, Biden President
yeah.
PB and Justin. If you do a stream, call it PB and J. Yeah. We'll rename This Week in Bullshit to PB and J.
I'm gonna have top billing on something on your channel. I can get on board with that.
Well, J and PB doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't sound right.
It has to be PB and J. Or if you held your own streams.
Well, you know, soon.
Okay.
How soon? Ominous.
How soon?
I don't want to give any definite dates. I'm not like Obama.
What?
It's a political joke that he always gives dates of when he is doing certain things so that the terrorists know exactly when to leave and return to certain areas of the world. Thank God he's gone. Hail Trump. Sorry.
Impeached.
I know it happened. Oh my God. My wife was like, why do you think this is great? I was like, because I like to laugh.
They think they're getting rid of him. But
exactly. All of these wacky bastards
you know,
are
the
like,
only
we've
thing they're getting
impeached
rid of
45.
is their political career.
They're getting rid of their political career? How?
Yeah, that's the only thing that's leaving, because everybody who has gone on this impeachment thing, their polls have fucking nosedive.
I
It's
feel
lower
like
than the fucking dirt.
you're overestimating, because I would say that there's at least 75% of the Democrats that their poll numbers probably went up. There's no way that Maxine Waters in liberal ass, wherever the hell she comes from, California, there's no way her numbers are going down because she's impeaching Donald Trump.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's the exception, but you know those fucking crazy Californians.
Enough with the
okay, but there's people like that all over on the West Coast, all over on the East Coast, in Austin, Texas. They're all over the place in the country in their specific areas. You got to focus on the places that are swing districts and those specific numbers. You can't just paint everybody with the broad brush.
Fair enough. We're gonna have to do a Zod politics stream where me and you just talk
you.
No, man, I'm not gonna go like head to head on that. We'll probably be in agreement most things. So no, I know you follow the political game a little bit more strongly than I do.
I mean, that's probably true. Well, I gotta be ready for, you always gotta be following politics for the end of the year when your family comes together and they say stupid shit so that you can shake your head appropriately.
Yeah, and laugh.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I have crazies on both sides, so it's hilarious.
Oh yeah. Yeah, love those dinners.
And you know what's great is that like the crazy left people, they don't like different opinions. So I just say like, wow, the president's doing a really great job. Like today.
That's fantastic.
And then he just gets pissed off, like, and it's great. It's hilarious.
All right, like, so
sorry, was that an opinion that you didn't want to hear? Oh, sorry you didn't like it. Goodbye. Look, toodaloo to the next room. I don't know.
Anyways, I'm keeping this one a little bit shorter because I've got an interview tomorrow. So,
like you're interviewing someone or somebody is interviewing you?
Someone's interviewing me for security.
Oh my God! Somebody's interviewing you to become the dictator of their country?
Yeah, it's exciting times. I told you, one country at a time. And with the way the politics are now, I'm a shoo-in.
A shoon.
A shoe-in. A shoe in.
A
Yeah, I
shoe-in,
mean
not a
that's why I had to
shoon.
jump on before. Well, I swear to God, I heard him say that he was a Star Trek Finn. Swear to God, I heard him say it before. I was like,
No,
I don't
I
know what a
said
Star
Star.
Trek Fin is. That's something that keeps the spaceship from going left to right.
Yeah, he said Star Trek, not Trek.
He
Trek.
doesn't know how to say Star Trek.
No, I mean I said Star Trek when I was Star Trek when I was a kid, but I don't think I can forgive people saying Star Trek. Star Trek. It sounds kind of similar. I can forgive Zod for that. He gets one pass for me. Just
Well,
one.
Does he get the pass indefinitely? Like he can say Star Trek until the
No,
cows
he's
come
not
home?
doing it on purpose.
Yeah, but he's not purposely trying to say Trek.
I don't know. It's pronunciation, I guess. It's different. I don't care about that. But what I do care about is when he adds like little like syllables that don't exist, like Daisy,
Oh, those are the
Ridley,
fun ones.
Daisy, Ridley.
Wait, what's a syllable?
Oh my
What the
God.
fuck? Were you in a fishbowl or something?
Are you in a fishbowl too? You both sound like you're underwater.
Do I sound like I'm underwater now?
No.
How about now?
No.
Oh God.
How about now?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
You're good.
Well, let's start winding things down, wrapping it up. Let me start with Proper. Go ahead and tell them
wrap it
about your
up. Get
channel.
ready for penetration.
Hi, I'm Justin Proper. I just had a stream earlier called The Rise of Skywalker. Nobody likes this movie. It's true. Nobody likes it. So go check it out. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna have This Week in Bullshit tomorrow. Probably not, because it would start a half hour before I'm seeing the movie. So I'm just gonna give a review in the next couple days, and also a review of The Mandalorian because I did not get to it today. In fact, my Disney Plus was not working for the entirety of the day or most of it. So that was really
sounds
infuriating.
like the perfect day to do a review of Disney Plus.
Oh, I've already done that, and it was frustrating.
Oh,
I did.
fair
I
enough.
reviewed all the flaws.
I know.
You were there. It was great. Anyways, yeah, go check out my channel, The Justin Proper.
Very nice, TechCom.
Uh-oh.
Remember, there's no fate, but we make. But what we make, in the meantime, hasta la vista, baby. So, my commander.
From alcohol to meth, how trash should you be to watch this movie and enjoy it? Wow.
All the way trashed.
By the way, my commander, co-host, and occasionally on time, Mr. PB, go ahead, tell them about your channel and the brand new video you uploaded, like, I think, an hour ago? I
It's like 2 hours ago at this moment. I uploaded it right before the stream started because I wanted to get it up yesterday, which I was able to, according to Central Time. So if you want to go over to my channel, which is Pop Culture PB, you can watch a video. That's called Jon Favreau is in the Fandom Menace. And it's a High Council highlight of Ethan Van Sciver giving his theory about how the Mandalorian is here to save Star Wars from the people who would cause it harm. The people is Kathleen Kennedy. Other than that, I talk about Marvel, Star Wars. I do DC or TV reviews, and you know, some other random bullshit.
Watch his Mandalorian review in 1.5
double speed to kill my retention. Do it.
It sounds.
I will take the hit for the clicks.
It wouldn't
And
be
of
good
course,
retention though. It would be, it would just be you would be watching the whole thing.
I watched a video on that. It's 50% retention.
Oh,
Because if it's a 10-minute video, it only takes you 5 minutes to watch it, which means you only watch the video for 5 minutes instead of it saying that you watched the entire video because you did. So, like, you got all of the content out of it. You heard all of the words that were said. You got all of the points that were made. But YouTube thinks that you only watched half of it because they're fucking idiots.
that's right.
and of course, you've been here in the Phantom Zone. Thank you very much. I wanted to give a big shout out to everyone who came to the birthday stream that I did. Thank you very much. I
Whose
appreciate
birthday?
it. Mine.
When?
When was that?
The 17th.
Of December?
Yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, happy
Yep.
birthday. I
Oh,
wasn't there.
Thank you.
Happy
Why
birthday.
wasn't I there?
Yeah, you didn't invite us.
It was in the middle of the day and it was random.
Oh,
And
I
I had
still feel like neither of us were invited.
yeah.
I didn't
Well,
know if you
that's
guys
like,
were even
hey, I'm having a destination wedding. Here's your invitation. Oh, well, I can't fucking afford to go to a destination wedding, but the invitation would be appreciated.
I did it during the day, and to be honest, I was using Streamlab and I couldn't figure out how to invite people because it's weird and I don't like it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like you have to use you have to use the Skype, and then you got to call them and then integrate the call into the Streamline. It's a bunch of shit, and I'm just like, I just want to press the button and go. Like,
Yep.
ugh. It's a lot to set up,
That's
but
a
it looked
lady
pretty
thing.
cool.
They just want to press the button and go.
Yeah, always on the go. But yeah, so
on the
thank
go
you.
and pressing the button.
Thank you very much, everybody. If you didn't check it out, I have an interview with Josiah Rises that I did Sunday. It was a great interview. We had a blast. We talked about Lord of the Rings. We talked about of course, Star Wars. We talked about the state of the media, his channel. If you guys missed that, definitely go and check it out. It was awesome. And we do plan on hopefully doing more stuff, some more videos. So that's pretty exciting. And thank you, everybody who has been watching my review. I just posted my non-spoiler review on Rise of Skywalker. So I posted it like a half hour ago. Well, now probably 2.5 hours ago. And I had like at the half hour mark, I had like 16 views. So it was pretty cool, but yeah, I appreciate the support. And if you haven't seen the review, go check it out. It killed my hopes and dreams. But anyways, that's all I got for you. So
I
you guys all
knew
know.
it. Tommy's fucking multi-dimensional.
So you guys, you all know the rule here on the Fandom Zone. Kneel before General Zod.
No.
No. And I'm stealing your
Ooh.
fucking hat.